Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, easy living or fearless living is possible for everyone if there's a willingness to explore the fear, to figure out the root cause of the fear and eliminating the root altogether. Then this process will make the person to see the plain sight truth, the absolute, the unchanging truth in oneself. And when the truth is seen, then the fear dissolves in the person. So that's the journey, and it is possible to live a fearless life. Now, if you are seeking to live a life without inner conflict and fear, then you need to explore your fear instead of running. The tendency is to run when the fear is there, isn't it? And you have ran your whole life. If you if you have not ran, then you should be living without inner conflict and fear, isn't it? Because of the running makes the fear thrive. The running makes the fear to ground its root further and further in your mind. So, because of the running, the conflict, the fear is prolonging. And from this experience, you know that running and hiding is not the solution to dissolve the fear or to live a fearless life. We need to face the fear. You need to face your fear. Facing the fear means you need to explore the fear. You need to accept. Accept the fear is there. Everyone has a fear in their life. Everyone. You're not alone. If the truth is missing, fear is inevitable. And the fear is there because of the attachment to the comfort, attachment to the fun, attachment to the stability. So, because of the attachment, the fear is there. So, when the truth is missing, what is there is fear, fear of losing one's identity, and plus losing what you have, isn't it? So, to live a fearless life, inquiry is the must. Inquiry is the must. Inquiry makes you understand what is fear. And you need to understand the fear to loosen the grip of fear in you. And further work is gonna make you see the truth. And that's where the complete letting go of fear will be there. So, fear is there, no doubt. Now you make the journey personal. Spiritual journey is about making things personal. Spiritual journey is not about pointing fingers at the world, but pointing fingers at yourself. You want to point fingers at yourself because you want to live your life without conflict and fear. So make it personal by asking yourself, why am I experiencing the fear? You ask yourself, why am I experiencing the fear? Whatever fear is that, why? You start with why. When you ask why, there should be the reason to be scared of, isn't it? There should be a reason to be afraid of. There must be reason for being afraid of? There must be a reason. So when you sit with yourself, when you ask yourself, why am I experiencing the fear? There's a reason. Just sit with this inquiry. The answer will resurface in you. The reason will resurface in you. When the reason resurfaces, now ask yourself, why is that important? And the second why is going to help you see the further layer, further reasoning in you. And no matter what answer come into your mind, you don't neglect the reason. You need to use the reason to connect the dots backward. And that itself is tracing the mind backward. No matter what answer resurfaces, you must use the answer by asking, why is that important? Or why is that there in me? So you have to trace it like that, using the why. And if you trace it all the way back, then you can see the root cause of your fear. And the root cause of the fear is the belief itself, the ingrained belief in you. That belief is making you scared. Scared of what? Scared of losing your identity, losing your persona, losing your comfort, losing your fun. So the ingrained belief is making you fluctuate on the surface. The ingrained belief is making you experience the conflict with yourself and your surrounding with other human beings. Now, once you see the root, that root must be dismantled as well. You need to ask yourself, why do I listen to this root? Why do I feed into this root? You gotta accept here that feeding into the root, that ingrained belief itself is a self-imprisonment. Feeding into that root itself is prolonging the fear in your life, prolonging the conflict in your life. And if you're seeking freedom, seeking fearless life, you cannot deny the ingrained belief in you. You need to investigate further. So, why do I hold on to this belief? Why? Again, there's a reason. Your life is that ingrained belief. So when you ask yourself, why do I hold on to that belief? There must be the answer for that attachment. When you ask why, there should be the reason. There must be the reason. So sit with why. Why do I feed into this belief? Why do I listen to this belief? And then you see the deeper reasoning, because whatever reason is that, whatever answer resurfaces in your mind, now use the answer. Why is that important? Just like in the beginning, from the surface fear, you were moving back by using the answer to connect the dots backward to the root. Now you figure out the root. Now you need to dismantle that as well by making the journey personal, by asking, why do I listen to that root? Don't say that you don't listen to that root. You do listen. That root is your life pretty much, your conditioned self. That root is making you conditioned physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. That root is playing, making the drama unfold. So it's there. So why do I listen to this root? Now that will allow the answer to resurface in you. Now, whatever reason is that, now you deepen further by asking, why is that important? Why this reason is there in me? And then there's the next answer. Use the why, now there's the next answer. So this is the simple way of tracing the mind backward. Why is a simple and straightforward approach to figure out the root and dismantle the root. Simple and powerful. And for me, tracing the mind backward to the root and dismantling the root is the meditation. It's the witness meditation. You are watching your mind and tracing it backward, or you're watching your ego and tracing the ego backward. Tracing the mind backward is tracing the ego backward. So it's the meditation. It's the open eye meditation. And this is the only meditation is helpful to wake up to the truth. This is the way to figure out the conflict, the struggle, the pain. Most of the other meditation practices helping you to anchor your awareness, or helping you to be creative, but not helping you to dissolve the root cause of the pain, isn't it? Help you to eliminate the root. The eliminating the root is through self-inquiry. So, for me, that this whole process worked tremendously to set myself free from all mental drama or emotional drama. And because of that shift that happened in my life, and because of that, I'm sharing the same information so you can help yourself. Enlightenment journey, spiritual journey is a lonely journey, individual journey. It's an inward and backward journey. You don't need much from the world to be part of the inward journey. What you need is simple reference, and the simple reference is this: turn the awareness back to yourself. That means witness yourself or observe yourself. Then you got to trace your mind backward, trace your belief backward, trace your fear backward, trace your attachment backward, whichever you want to work with. Basically, ultimately, whatever you will trace back, eventually you'll experience fear, and you have to dismantle the fear. So you have to trace or dismantle the fear. And once you've done enough tracing back, then you have to ask yourself, who am I? The who am I inquiry is a make or break point. If you are thorough in dismantling, then who am I will work. If you're not dismantling enough, if you are biased in the dismantling work, when you ask who am I, the truth will be missed. So there's a simple reference to wake up, and then the rest of the work is by you. The world cannot help you to wake up to the truth, to see the truth in you. What you hear from the world is an idea. And to wake up to the truth is dissolving all ideas, including the reference. So, all reference, all support must go to see the truth. So, if you're sincerely seeking to be free to live a fearless life, then take things in your own hand and start doing the real work. If you see nothing is working to dissolve the fear in your life, nothing is working, then give self inquiry a chance. So, we're talking about the fear today. So, again, there's a fear in life. Working on the fear is the direct approach, fastest approach to get to the truth. And I have already shared with you how to trace the fear backward. Okay, use the power of why. Okay, I hope this video makes sense to you. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care for now. Bye.